Hello, this is just going to be a short video where I explain some possible tasks that you might want to do based on the book Whatever Next by Jill Murphy. It might be an idea that you watch the video first and you can see the link for that video in the comments in the information section on this video. And the idea is that you could just skip to the bit of the video that you want to play, maybe to show your child, so that you can then just play that clip rather than all this preamble I'm giving you that's a bit boring. Anyway. So the first activity you might want to do is look here at the first page. This is the first page of the book, and it says, "Can I go to the moon?" asked Baby Bear. What is that? What kind of sentence is Baby Bear using there? Can I go to the moon? That's right, it's a question. Now there's another big clue that makes us realise it's a question. Can you see right there? It's a question mark. It looks a bit like this. It goes round, down, and there's a dot. You could have a go at drawing your own. Baby Bear is using a question. What other questions can you think of? How about, can I have a glass of milk? Or maybe, would you like to read me a story? Another activity you might want to do is act the story out with your family. Who could be Baby Bear? Who could be Mrs. Bear? I wonder whether you have a cardboard box you could use as a rocket and a colander to put on your head. I know I have one. I think that would make a brilliant space helmet. If not a colander, maybe a saucepan. Another thing to do, you could go get a piece of paper and you could write a list of all the things you might need if you were going to the moon. What would you need to take with you? Would you need any clothes to keep you warm? Would you need food to eat if you got hungry? What about drinks? What about something to do on the moon? If I was going, I would probably want to take a story with me so that I wouldn't get bored. Or, just like Baby Bear did, you could take a picnic. What would you put in your picnic? Maybe you could write a list. It could have sandwiches on. You might want to take some fruit, maybe bananas or oranges or apples. You might want to take some sweets. After all, you're going to the moon. Needs to be exciting. In the story, when Baby Bear whooshes up to the sky, the book says that word, whoosh. What other words can you think of that show something is going really fast? How about zoom? Did you see that? That was so quick. Or how about zip or zap? How many others can you think of? You could have a go at writing them. Something I do at the end of every day just before I go to sleep is I get a little diary by the side of my bed. It's blue, and every day I write 2 sentences that summarise what I've done that day. A diary is just a way of recording what's happened. I don't write my diary to anybody. I write it so that in a few years' time I can look back at it and think, oh, on that day I baked an interesting loaf of bread. Or on that day I met my class for the first time. Those kinds of things. It's interesting to look back on. Anyway, what you might want to do is write a diary of all the things Baby Bear got up to. In fact, you could pretend that you're Baby Bear. You could write about how your mummy was running your bath and you decided that you wanted to go to the moon, so you looked around the house to find things you needed. What did you need? A cardboard box for a rocket and a colander for a helmet. And then you went up the chimney, up, 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 really, really high, and you got to the moon. But on the way, who did you meet? And what did you do on the moon when you got there? So many things you could write about. I'm sure it would be very, very exciting. In the story, Baby Bear makes a friend, the owl. Now, after they've been to the moon, when they're on their way back, the owl flies away. Something you might want to do is write a letter to the owl from Baby Bear. It might have things in there about what you did whilst you were on your trip. Baby Bear might want to ask the owl how he's doing or whether he's made any other trips to the moon. It's a good thing to write letters. In fact, you could even decide that you want to write a letter to somebody you know. You could write a letter to me, or Claire, or anybody. Letters are very cool and very exciting, and I know that if Baby Bear sent Owl a letter, Owl will be very excited to read it, because receiving letters is very exciting. I love the part at the end of the story. I'll read it again for you. So Baby Bear has just got back from his adventure to the moon, and Mummy is giving him a bath because he's in such a state. This is what happens. As a matter of fact, said Baby Bear, I have been up the chimney. I found a rocket and went to the moon. Mrs. Bear laughed. You and your stories, she said. Whatever next? And that's the bit I love, when Mrs. Bear says, whatever next? I wonder if you could have a go at writing your own adventure story for Baby Bear. What happens to him next? What adventure does he go on? It could be to do with space. It might not be to do with space. It can be anything you want to. In fact, it could even become your next helicopter story. You could say it, an adult could write it down, and then as a family you could have a go at acting it out. Or you might want to have a go at writing the story yourself. And you know what I love with stories? I love the beautiful pictures. So you could have a go too at drawing some lovely pictures to go along with your story. I would love to read Baby Bear's next adventure, so do share it with us. In the story, Baby Bear and Owl have a picnic. It looks as though they've got some interesting things. An apple, some honey, a can of fizzy drink, and one of my favourite things, chocolate digestive biscuits. I wonder, you could make a shopping list of all the things they would need to make this picnic. How much do the things cost? And I wonder if you could use your super math skills and see how much it would cost all together. Maybe the apple was 3p and the biscuits were 13p. How much would it be if you added all those things together? You could write a number sentence. I like Baby Bear's picnic. I like that there's an apple especially. But perhaps the fizzy drink and the chocolate digestives and the honey are not the healthiest things that Baby Bear could take on a picnic. You could design an alternative picnic that Baby Bear could have. What things would be nice and healthy? What would be better to drink than fizzy soda? Maybe some milk or something like that? I wonder what ideas you can come up with. I love looking at the pictures in the books because I think the stars look beautiful in the sky. You could do some research. That means finding out. You could do some finding out about stars. What can you learn? Can you learn the names of any constellations? Have a go at saying that word. Constellations. My turn. Constellations. Your turn. See, it's a tricky word, but stars can seem to make big pictures in the sky. Have a look and see if you can find out about them. You might have a space book at home that you could look in, or you might need to use the internet. Let me know what you find out. At the very beginning of this book, before the story even starts, look, here's the cover, has the title. And on this page here it says, this book belongs to, and I could write my name in there. This book belongs to Catherine, or this book belongs to Pewley Down School. I wonder, I'm sure there are things you own that don't have labels. Could you have a go at making some labels for things that you own? It could be this box of toys belongs to, or this coat belongs to, or this football belongs to, and then you can label it. I don't know if you noticed whilst I was reading the story, but some of the pictures are in black and white, and some of the pictures are in colour. You could have a go at drawing a picture 2 times. Leave one of the pictures black and white and colour the other one in. You might want to see which one you prefer. Sometimes I draw something and I think, oh, that needs a bit of colour to make it stand out. And other times I draw it and I think, oh no, I think it looks good in black and white. And can you see here, even though they've just used pencil, there are bits that are coloured in solidly black, and there are bits that are left quite white. And you can even see the pattern of the wood, in this case on the stairs. When Baby Bear is flying in the sky, he sees a passenger plane, a plane with all these people in. Now, in this picture, we can see what Baby Bear can see. But I wonder if you imagine being one of the passengers in that plane, what about this bear there that seems to be looking out of the window? I wonder what they can see. Have a go at thinking what that bear can see. He's looking out and he can see a bear in a rocket wearing a helmet with an owl flying behind him. Could you have a go at drawing that picture? In the story, just before Baby Bear and Owl have their picnic, they think that it's a little bit boring to be on the moon. I wonder if you could come up with lots of exciting things they could do whilst on the moon to keep entertained, so that they're not bored. You might want to make an obstacle course, or maybe you could invent a game that they could play. Perhaps one with lots of running around and action so that they keep really active whilst on the moon. Let us know what games you come up with. I hope you enjoy trying out some of these activities that I've suggested based on the book Whatever Next by Jill Murphy. We'd love to see pictures on Tapestry and videos of how you're getting on, so do let us know. Thank you for watching. Bye bye!